So I'm recording this as a video because I know that no matter what happens in this game, no matter what happens from this game, the only thing that's going to be talked about, they're actually not even going to be talking about Carter's cheap shot on Caitlin Clark, because she doesn't have a big enough name. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Like, they're not going to talk about Kennedy Carter because she's not a big enough name. But before we get on to the main part of this video, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And lads, we are actually so close. If we can hit that by like tomorrow or the next day, that'll be unbelievable. I'm going to say this right now. They're going to only talk about Angel Reese. They're going to only talk about Angel Reese. And no matter what I've said about what Angel Reese did today, do not, and I mean this, do not make things personal. If you are making things personal about this player, about Angel Reese, because she went and clapped the cheap shot, or she went and hip checked Caitlin Clark afterwards, continues to trash talk her, then it's pointless. This is the best, for better or for worse. Angel Reese is going to defend her teammates. She is ride or die. And like, look at this comment from this flight weed person right here. You are getting out of my chat right now. You are getting out of my chat. You went full Dave Portnoy. You went full Dave Portnoy. So you're getting out of this chat right now. And I've just kicked out the wrong person from this chat. Did I? No. So, in general, we've got to talk about Angel Reese. And Angel Reese is ride or die for her team. She is ride or die for her teammates. She is the perfect teammate. And sometimes it's for worse. In life, you want your teammates, you want people on your side to be ride or die. You want people to do whatever the hell it takes to win, to do whatever the hell it takes to defend their teammates. And sometimes their teammates are in the wrong like they were today. Sometimes, like when Kennedy Carter's in the wrong, Angel Reese is going to do everything to kind of hype her up, to change the game, to like bring her into the game, and to kind of make sure she's not too low. To think, okay, yeah, this happened. Let's all come back in this game. Even though what Kennedy Carter did was wrong, and even though how Angel Reese reacted to it was wrong, she's ride or die for better or for worse. Every single other game in this season, it's been for better. Today, it was for worse. And that is a good, like, as bad as it is being loyal to a fault, I would rather a player be loyal to a fault than be like every Fever player watching Caitlin Clark get beat up game after game after game and doing nothing about it. Even if it's not Aaliyah Boston because she's in foul trouble, or in Alyssa Smith if she's in a little bit of foul trouble, can Erica Wheeler just cheap shot somebody? And I don't mean hurt them, but just let it be known that you can't do any, you're not gonna be able to do anything to Caitlin Clark. Can they just can they just sign an enforcer? Can they just sign an enforcer? Because as much as everyone is going to be criticizing Angel Reese, the Dave Portnoys of the world, the Outkicks of the world, the Clay Travis of the world are going to make this a negative about Angel Reese. They're going to say the exact same things as they said about Angel Reese a year ago. And none of it is true. None of it is true. Angel Reese wears her heart on her sleeve. She will defend her teammates. She will put everything out on the floor. And sometimes that will lead to doing things that may not be the right thing. And you know what? I would rather a player be like Angel Reese than sit there silently. Kennedy Carter should have been thrown out of the game. That is the referee's job. But at the end of the day, Angel Reese's job is to win basketball games, and what she's doing is going to help her team win basketball games. She is one of the perfect teammates. She will do whatever the hell it takes to win. She will put in 1,000,000% effort every single time. Angel Reese, for people saying Angel Reese doesn't like Caitlin Clark, I don't think anyone in the league does. Like, and it's not a personal thing. I don't think anyone in the league that isn't on the Fever, including on the Fever, likes the way Caitlin Clark is being treated and that they're not getting the hype. They think they're deserving of it. And that is, again, something that's going to happen. Because at the end of the day, these are all competitors. They're all competing for the same 144 roster spots. They're all competing for everything the same. They're competing with each other. They want to beat each other. And they know that if they beat Caitlin Clark, it's gonna be huge. And if you're Angel Reese, you know that this game has a little bit more to it than that. And I can guarantee you the Chicago Sky knew that coming into this game. And it's a little bit more in a normal game between two pretty bad teams. It has a little bit more in it. And they were obviously overhyped for this game, and it just got too far. The referees, and I'll say this right now, the Chicago Sky today were an absolute embarrassment. I have defended this Chicago Sky team to no end, and everything I've said about them is true. They are dogs. They are dogs. They will outwork you. They may not have the most talent, but they leave it all on the line in every game. And sometimes they cross a line, and they crossed the line today. They absolutely crossed the line today. But I'm telling you this right now. Going personal at these players, and especially Angel Reese, doesn't help anything. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't help bring forward basketball. And that's the reason why I hated what happened today. Is the only thing that anyone is going to talk about in this game. The only thing any player is going to talk, anybody watching is going to talk about, is what happened in this game. Is nothing to do with the basketball. No one's going to talk about how good Alyssa Smith was. No one's going to talk about how well Aliyah Boston played. No one's going to talk about how Cardoso was unbelievable in her first game. No one's going to talk about Caitlin Clark running the show. Mitchell stepping up when it was needed. Heck, Wheeler probably playing her best game of the year. No one's going to talk about that. But you just know the Dave Portnoys of the world are going to have a field day. They're going to be licking their lips because they can call Angel Reese every name under the sun. You know what? If you just look at video clips of this game and you didn't know anything about Angel Reese, you might believe it. You might believe it. And not the fact that Angel Reese is one of the best glue guys in the league. She's the best offensive rebounder in the league. She's one of the best teammates in the league. And obviously got a bit carried away today. What happens in the 40 minutes, what happens on the court in those 40 minutes is not a sign of who someone is as a person. And this is coming from somebody who, some of the nicest people you ever meet have been psychopaths on the floor. Like, I played the sport at an okay level. Like, I played top league in Ireland. I played for the national team underage. I coach at, like, I think it's considered a very low level pro league where I coach. I've fought some of my best friends on the court. I've been cheap shotted by some of my best friends. Heck, I've cheap shotted some of my best friends. But as soon as that whistle goes, what happens in those 40 minutes does not define someone as a person. And the problem is that you're going to see so much on social media of people trying to define Angel Reese, and they're not going to even talk about Kennedy Carter, who actually did the cheap shot because her name is not big enough. Because it doesn't fit the purpose. And unfortunately, this is a day that the sport of basketball is not going to... This is a day where the sport of basketball is not going to get the relevance. The side today that is going to get the relevance is the anti-Angel Reese for no reason other than they just don't like Angel Reese. Just like there are times when the anti-Caitlin Clark, for no reason other than they don't like Caitlin Clark, will win, this time it's the opposite. And I hate it. I hate both sides to this. I hate it when you can't look at the basketball. When you don't even look at them as people. You just look for the reason to tear down one or the other. This is one of those days where the people tearing down Angel Reese are going to almost be justified. And it's horrible to see. It is absolutely horrible to see. And you know what? If you are a neutral fan and you're just seeing what happened today, you are not going to come out of this with anything other than this league are out to sabotage Caitlin Clark, which is sad. Which is really, really sad.